It is 6:15 on this Wednesday night. Jason and Michael in the house tonight. For Betsy, we've had a great stretch of a few days here, and something tells me, you've got that look in your face that things are about to change. I can just see it on you. Can you tell?
I can.
That's what you say.
I can.
It's right here.
Break it to you gently.
Through it. I just have to, you have to paint it with a very, very broad stroke. But of course, yes, things are changing. Yet again.
Told you.
He says with a smile.
Yeah, exactly.
Just easing right into the forecast. So glad you guys could join us this evening here. Hey, we're going to start out with a few extra clouds in and around northeast Ohio for tonight. Still remaining mild, though. You can see our temperatures, again, settling into the 40s, just like we did earlier this morning. This morning, we began our morning above average, and we topped out at 60 degrees. Again, remaining above average across northeast Ohio. So there's going to be several parts of the forecast that we want to hone in on. The rainfall, the wind speeds, the cloud cover, and of course, we have to talk about a little bit of the wintry mix moving back in as well. So we want to begin starting about the winds right now because high pressure is over towards the east, and it's also going to be moving eastward over the next several hours here, and that will allow for that change to take place here. So we're going to be in the warm sector of our next frontal boundary moving in roughly about 12 to 24 hours here, and you'll notice that changing. Perhaps you already noticed that changing with the increasing clouds later this afternoon. High pressure departing, allowing this area of low pressure to move on in, and it's going to be a very, very distinct system moving on into the spectrum here. Colder, wetter air right out to the west right now. They're talking about feet of snow there, where in the west coast they've been lapping up lots of rainfall there, even some inches of snowfall on the mountaintops. So to roll the clock forward here, keep an eye on the clock and your place on the map, because over the next several hours here, you'll see that change here move in. Through the overnight hours, notice we start to increase our cloud cover beginning tomorrow morning, starting out in the mid to upper 40s here. So a milder start to our conditions across northeast Ohio. Through the afternoon in the warm sector I was talking to you about. So again, going into the 60s. Then this time tomorrow, that's when we start to work in some of the extra moisture here. Some of it could be moderate to heavy rainfall at times here, but this is a quickly moving system. Between 5 p.m. tomorrow, 10, 11 p.m. tomorrow evening, it's on out of here. And then we move into what's called the dry slot, and we'll have a dry conditions waking up for early Friday morning. Your morning commute will be okay, perhaps even a lunchtime hour outside, again, will be okay as well. It'll be a little bit gusty though, so with that southwest wind, roughly about 10 to 15. Even the drive at 5, mostly dry across the region. What happens after that? That's what we have to focus in on, because that's when our second system moves on in with a clipper system. You can already see some of the lake effect showers starting to pick up. And because we'll have surface temperatures near the freezing mark, of course, we'll start to see some of the white stuff moving on in here. So let's broaden the scope here and show you a full map at this hour here. Again, warmer air surging northward into the region, south-southwest winds moving in tomorrow afternoon. There's that very classic area of low pressure, frontal boundary attached to it, stretching all the way down south through Mississippi, even the panhandle of Florida, and then a colder push of air comes in just in time enough for the weekend. This is going to be a clipper moving system, a deep dive of cold air going all the way down south, and because we'll have that warmer lake, we're going to have some of those lake effect snow showers. Not all snow totally, but it's going to be sort of that rain-snow mix. That is the second one. Then we'll dry things out by Monday and Tuesday, before we get our next system moving in late Wednesday into Thursday. That is going to be the second, at least the third one moving in, bringing even more rainfall into the spectrum. Could we have some lake effect come out of this one? Yes, we could, but a little to no accumulation is going to be likely for the weekend and even next week. Focus in on the winds here. Doing any outdoor decorating? Well, hang on. It's going to be gusty, talking about 6 a.m. gusts up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour across the region, and that continues. That pressure gradient between the system coming in and the one going out is going to be very strong. Hence, we have the strong winds moving on in. How much rainfall we're forecasting? Well, let's go forward here. This takes us through perhaps Friday evening here, just ahead of football Friday night. Some areas picking up nearly an inch of rainfall. Others picking up very little, maybe a quarter, maybe even up to a half inch of rainfall, and that's not going to be bad for us. Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook showing us again 60s, upper 60s for tomorrow. Late day rain, windy, that continues on Friday. A few PM showers going to be likely, and then that big push of cold air moves on in. Mid to low 40s in the daytime, near the freezing mark in the overnight hours, and we kind of hang out there beginning of next week here. And at least a bit more milder air comes in Wednesday before the third system on Thursday. Russ and Lena?
Lena, you were right. He was so nice about that.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
he's always nice.
So pleasant.